so big and bad now, are you?
Hadoras, what have I done?
It was not you, Saizensa. It was the Skooma cat that brought these misfortunes.
Walker, this one remembers you from her dreams. Your face, your voice. 2 moons guiding her through the fog. Saizensa is to blame. The Skooma cat would have never caused this chaos, if not for her weakness. She led her Clouder astray, and too many of her disciples. As Moon Bishop, it was Saizensa's duty to protect her temple. But when the time came, she could do nothing without Joan and Jode to show her the way. When the visions did not come, she tried to bring them with the sacred sugar. It is not for her to decide. If Khajiit lost their faith in her, she will...
Oh shit, I got a hat.
This one will beg forgiveness for her failings and accept the will of her Clouder. She was too reliant on her gifts, and a leader must be more than a prophet. For the moment, it is all this one can do to try and restore peace and order to her temple. Then will come the true test. She knows the dragons will come to 2 moons, and her Clouder must be prepared. Dragons. So many of them, erupting from the mouth of the world. The skies becoming choked with flame, and cinders raining down on our sands as one of the great creatures devours the moons. Moon sugar, refined into a potent liquid, skooma. It is a dangerous thing, abused by Sugartooth, who cannot resist its spell. But it is also a gift of the moons. There are ceremonies where those who drink and smoke the sacred sugar experience things. During our ceremonies,
Hey.
it is seen as a premonition, a message
She's
from
talking
the
about my
moons.
shit, I bet.
But it was the skooma cat that came to me instead. He has always been the skooma cat. Since Fadumai gave him life and purpose, you may call him Sheogorath, and we Shegorath, but the truth is, he is both. He and his litter mates are cats whose coats are what they want us to see. This one only barely recalls things she saw in the haze, but the image of a man with 2 heads climbing the stars to hold the moons in darkness sticks with her.
This one should have jumped. Why didn't she? She was to be saved.
You were wiser not to follow Saizensa. Those who did were the youngest.
Zarga caught them all. He ran and ran and ran, but...
This one.
Hey, there's been a robbery.
Oh, good. I was so bored. Hey, you. Everything all right? Chests like that can be misleading, either full of jewels or full of rotted fish.
I can't. I can't stop shaking. I just need a little. Just a speck. I can't even afford that now. Custer's killing. Any gold you can spare. My medicine's expensive and I've got nothing. Please, it's gonna kill me. Whatever you'll give is fine. Just make the hurting stop. Thank you, friend. Thank you. This will get me through a day. Not enough time to get back on my feet. You sure you can't spare a bit more? Not worth saving to you. You're gonna forget about me the moment you walk away. Just like every... Fred, any gold you can spare. Thank you, friend. Thank you. This will get me through a day. You're a lifesaver. Best friend I've ever had. Besides dashing to Salzo, I don't see him anymore. I don't think. I can't. Any gold you can spare.
What do you want? What?
This one is parched. But if we dice at a Goiter's gulp, only Kaz does that.
Hey, have one with me.
Watch your step in the stitches.
What'd you pinch?
Oh, there you are. Lovely to see you again. Me. I come from a long line of sword masters that go all the way back to Yokuda. In Hammerfell, My father always complained that my blade skills paled in comparison to those of my 6 brothers. Recently, he decided to send me... Ha! Compared to my father's disappointed scowl, a dragon's flame is tame as a warm breeze. Not anytime soon. In a way, being sent away was the best thing that ever happened to me. Now, I am a skilled fighter. I have a mentor who values me, and a land worth protecting. I am, as my father would say, a blade that has found... Oh, let's see. Fascinating. This is certainly worthy of the trial of knowledge. Well done. I'll see to it that this information is passed into the records of the Elsewhere Defense Force. Are you interested in the additional challenge? To achieve absolute victory in the knowledge trial, the challenge is simple. You must answer all of my questions regarding dragon lore correctly. Surely you'll have no trouble. Excellent. First, what is a dragon's main form of conveyance? How do they most often get around, so to speak? Correct! Next question. What is the name of the dragon god of time? Yes, perhaps the most well-known dragon. It carries quite a power, doesn't it? And finally, what manner of creature typically accompanies a dragon in battle? Correct again! Truly, you are a learned scholar of dragon lore. I will let Captain Samara know you've proven yourself twice over in the trial of knowledge. Well...
You'll want to find another place to rest your feet, stranger. These stitches are about to burst. It won't be much longer before There's a new Khajiit in charge, Kazda, and he enjoys throwing his weight around. Between this one and you, most in the stitches find Kazda's leadership lacking, but none will stand up to him. Though this one heard rumors Tasnasi is no friend of Kazda's, this one can tell you. She's recruiting for a job, or so the rumors say. This one doubts she'll have much luck convincing someone local to make an enemy of Kazda. But someone passing through... Last I heard, Tasnasi was camped on the north rim of the Scar, but this one doubts she'll stick around for long. The moment Kazda catches wind of her, he'll have her throat. It's the closest thing to a settlement out here. Imagine a river hold on the edge of a cliff, painted with rum and horse dung. Then invite every outlaw, bandit, and exile to live there. That's the stitches. You didn't hear this from me, but he's a thug who thinks he's a king. Sits in Merville Keep, counting coin and letting his thugs run the stitches into the ground. Well, deeper into the ground.
Sounds familiar. Sounds very familiar.
A thief who got run out of town not long after Kazda took over. He's the only one worth robbing in the stitches, so my gold's on her job involving his ill-gotten gains. Gutsy to cross Kazda, but it's the closest thing to a...
Let's go fast.
Tasnazi does not know you. That's good. She knows everyone in the stitches. Those who aren't in Kazda's pocket, she can count on one paw. This one has a job for someone who'd rather pick it. An unknown face like yours is just what she... Kazda, the dung-eater that runs the stitches, has a hoard of gold beneath Merville Keep. Tasnazi plans to make it hers. Ours. If you're interested, we need to move soon. The stitches gets worse by the day. To take from Kazda is no crime. His predecessor, Dashing the Salzo, amassed the coin. Kazda only wallows in it, like a pig in its filth. A cruel, stupid pig. Now he lets the stitches shuffle to ruin. This is his just punishment. We also need Taznazi's old crew, Vol, Serene, and Nazdar. Vol just did a job for Jubani. He'll be at her junk shop. Serene's likely at the Goiter's Gulp, and Nazdar caterwauling somewhere. We'll meet in the bowl at the bottom of the scar. A den of outlaws in the shape of a town. There's not much to tell. What do you want to know? The sewer beneath Mervale Keep. We'll be able to gather the facade of a legitimate business for Jubani Defense. Her gang loots and scavenges items all over the scar. She has a Bandari's knack for thoroughness is an Who do you want to know about? Maybe not the most distinguished mage in elsewhere, but the best Taznaz. Keep it quick. The lowest. Kazda clawed his way to the top of the Stitches with treachery and fear. The Stitches hasn't known law, but under dashing the Salzo, it knew relative peace, common purpose. Now it falls into anarchy. Kazda won't stop it, he creates it. The leader of the Stitches, before Kazda. He's dead and gone. All you need to know is, what was his is now Kazda's, soon to be ours.
How fucking cute!
What in the moons? Ah, my fur! What was in this bucket? Whatever your death wish is, it's granted! Oh, my head. Just tell me what you're doing here before I turn your heart into a tomato. Oh, really? Taznas is still kicking around? A little good news to go around with all this bad. Like a fly in vine. Be careful of the vine, by the way. There's flies in it. I didn't say that. Well, what I mean is that I'd like to, but if Taznasi wants me for my magical skill, I have some bad news. My focus is gone. I mean my other focus. My arcane focus. A bubble to focus magica. I'm useless. I may have planned it. To Lulius and Scipio never know. I'd give the gold back, but Kazda's really gouging the price of a bottle these days. Even the swill in this flop house. The Avernos are inside. Get my focus back? Ugh. Well, sometimes my power gets a little out of control. The Mages Guild was supposed to help me master it, but they take a dim view of people breaking curfew and getting drunk on kitchen duty. When I need to cast a spell, I channel my magicka through the focus. It helps me weave everything together. Without it, my spells come out like tangled yarn, and the results are...
Speak very slowly.
No face in the Stitches, then? I love new faces. I confront you a little money in exchange for... well, we can talk terms over wine. Focus. Looked like a collar to me. Pity it doesn't fit any of our pets. Don't call it such around Serene. Nearly clawed poor Scipion's nose off over it. It's such a good nose, too. Reminds me of Mother. Anyway, price is set. Will you pay it?
I am positively fuming. Julius has our entire wardrobe shipped here from Kvatch, and he still manages to pick out the exact same outfit I'm wearing. As if it weren't clear enough we're twins. But you're not here to listen to it. That rancid-smelling thing? I can't believe my brother paid mostly honest gold for it. Probably cursed. He should just be rid of it and be done with the whole torrid affair. Speaking... I am positively fuming. That rancid-smelling thing? I can't believe my brother paid mostly honest gold for it. Probably cursed. He should just be rid of it and be done with the whole torrid affair. Speaking of torrid affairs... well, perhaps later. Well, you do seem to look like someone well-equipped to deal with this sort of thing. Julius owes me a favor, so I'll call it in for you. The trinket is yours. You can find it in a jewelry box behind the counter.
Going to bring the little mage back her bauble, then? May as well chuck it in the canyon. At least that way it won't be covered in regurgitated fur. The Goiter's Gulp? The only thing vaguely resembling a tavern from here to Riverhold. My dear brother and I are the new management. You would think the 6th-generation owners would be smarter than to use this place as collateral, but... here... I know. But this dump is the only thing he could cough up for the loan. Still, dear brother and I managed to keep the business alive. It's a labor of love, I assure you. The love of money, I mean.
Blah, can't get the taste out of my mouth. Good, Kazda's made the stitches unpalatable, like that swill he's got the tavern pouring. I'm ready to get out, but I wouldn't mind batting Kazda's tail along the way. I'm sure Taznasi feels the same. I need a moment or two. Look, I'll meet you at the bowl once the world stops spinning. Just a mage looking for something at the bottom of a bottle. I don't really know. And if I'm being honest, I don't know if I ever knew. Look, you seem halfway decent, so don't stick your muzzle too far in, alright? Taznazi's got her own business, and I know too much about it already. I don't drink just because I like the flavor of the tap. I'm hazy on the details. To be honest, I'm hazy on a lot of things these days. But I know Taznazi can't show her face in the stitches. And it's not just Kazda that'd like to see her. You've seen the type of people who call the stitches home. Thieves, smugglers, deserters. Nobody keen on laws. Of the few rules we have, she broke the one you don't break. Murder. I've said more than I should have already. It's in the past. Taznasi had her reasons. She always has her reasons, not that I ever got to hear them. She's not going to stab you in the back if that's what's worrying you. Keep your mind on the job.
Let's go fast!
A beautiful day for a stroll in the sky, huh? As long as a dragon doesn't swoop out of the sky and eat you. That would certainly ruin an otherwise nice excursion.
Said Nalitha the Avuncular, even in somber times must the wayfarer be offered greetings. Nazdar greets you, wayfarer, though his times are somber indeed. What brings Hotaza the Corpulent often said, the forgetting of friends is a grievous wrong. Wise words. Tasnasi has not visited him in some time, but this one has not forgotten her, so believe Nazdar when he regretfully declines her invitation. This one has lost a prized possession, a lute gifted by a dear, departed friend. It has buoyed Nazdar's soul for so long, he sinks without it. Weighed down as such, he cannot be the fleet walker Tasnasi needs him to be. Truly? This one was practicing his lute in the canyon below, but his playing attracted irascible beasts. He was forced to leave it behind as he scrambled up the cliffs. The truth, however, noxious is sweeter than rose blossom, to quote the venerable Bate. Nazdar plays, but not well. The others throw things at him when he practices, so he plays where he can be alone. A saint. He once led the Stitches, not to glory perhaps, but away from shame. Even saints do not live forever, nor did he. But as Ballant the Canonical said, the dead recalled in good memories are the true saints of our lives.
Damn. Preach.
Careful where you flaunt. You caught a striking figure, Walker. There are many dangers to such an enviable personage in the Stitches. All of Elsewhere, in fact, if you cast a shadow long enough. Hear this one, and he will tell you how to grease the right palms. Just so, sleek one, just so. You walk tall, with the heavy footfalls that signify an abundance of pride and gold. Unless you wish to keep low and beneath notice, like, of course, Five Claw, of course. All the more reason to fear crossing the purring lyre on the road. The thief god delights in stealing pride even more than riches. Better to make a friend of Rajin first by acquiring him an offering. Start your pilgrimage here with the ledger from the Goiter's Gulp. An idol from Riemann would make a nice addition to this temple. Ah, and fine silks from the merchants. Are idols and vestments not fitting offerings for a temple to Rajin? But you wonder why these particular items, and not just anything, will do. It is because these things belong to those Rajin approves of robbing. Rajin's sleek shadow! You steal away moments of my life with a skill to rival the thief himself! Have you met a merchant, a priest, or a fence whose wealth could not stand to be humbled? Neither has the god of footpaths. Besides this one, of course.
And up we go.
these ropes off of me. Joe Bonnie and I had a deal. I delivered.
True. But why keep paying when we can just make you do it for free? Now get inside.
I love snooping around places I don't belong.
You
We
made
need to
the
be
wrong
more
turn,
careful when it comes to being naughty. Fish biscuits.
Hey, you're not one of Joe Bonnie's thugs. Can you get me out of here?
This is Giovanni's turf. All trespassers lose an ear.
I'm getting out of here. Catch up to me so I can thank you properly.
I got this pack of beers yesterday by Big Sky Brewing Co. in Montana. Slay. And they're super cute. They have like a bunch of different animals on them. And like, it's like, the case of the beer is like a bunch of different animals like sitting around a campfire, and it's just like a really cute theme. And then apparently like all of the beer cans, so there's like, I don't know, 4 different flavors or whatever. Like so far I've gotten one that has a moose, and then this one has some kind of maybe an antelope or some type of deer, cervine, whatever. This one literally says, "Hold my beer and watch this." I don't know why, that's just so funny to me.
Thanks for your help back there. Joe Bonnie and her thugs are a bunch of hammers that think everything is a nail. Geniuses included. Altruism isn't a thing in the Stitches. So what do you want? Need a lock picked? Something repaired?
I really want his eye thingy, his monocle.
Thanks for your help. Doesn't see her. That's funny. Was just thinking about her recently, seeing what's gone on around this dump. How it's gotten, dumpier than usual. But she's pulling together a job. I swore that Kazda ran her out of town when he... Last time I ran my mouth, Jew Bonnie sent her unexpectedly handsome thugs after me. I'm not spilling any more secrets. But it's nice to know Tosnessy's still around. She really loves this place after all. Even after everything that's happened to her. Well, Jew Bonnie's sure to notice I'm missing. Joining up with a crew seems like a good way to keep my fingers unbroken. So sure, whatever Tosnessy's playing at, I'm in. The bowel. Well, that's ironic. I'll head there after I get my tools and find another pair of small clothes. Jew Bonnie runs the biggest salvage operation in the Stitches, and she knows she gets paid more if her salvage is in pure junk. When a crew found stuff that wasn't busted up, I fixed Kazda happened. He took over the Stitches and didn't care if people broke oaths, contracts, or ribs. Jew Bonnie saw a chance to get more labour for free. Just had to flex a little muscle. Yeah, don't let my rippling physique fool you. I'm, not much. Kazda ran her out of town? Or tried to, I guess. It's not any secret. He may be a rancid pile of cat vomit, but this is his town now. He does what he wants. Bad blood. Truth told, Tosnessy would have been charged after dashing to Salzo died, if things hadn't gone down the way they did. It's not my place to say anything more than that. Well, most don't. And to be fair, I wasn't always the brilliant tinkerer I am today. I don't know what caused the change, honestly. I think eating that soul gem had something to do with it. Well, I didn't just pluck one up and eat it. I was scouting for the Dominion way north. Some ruin called Sardathal. Was running from some guards when I fell into a shaft. And fell. And fell. Caught a ledge at the last minute. Broke my fall. And my fingers. Real mess. Anyway, I found myself in this strange cavern. Huge. Had dwarven ruins. Biggest I've ever seen inside of it. More stone and metal than I could imagine. Not quite. I finally managed to find a Charis. A big bug. Tastes awful, don't recommend it, but I ate like my life depended on it. I mean, it did. I half remember a glowing stone going in my mouth. Swallowed it whole before I even more like indigestion, but also this indescribable urge to fiddle with the ruins. Well, I guess I'd call it curiosity. But anyway, I fixed an elevator like it was second nature and got back home. Then I got discharged on account of my weekend.
A chance to sneak around? You're spoiling me.
I fucking hate the fucking lockpicks on here.
When the guards arrive, you can explain your trespassing to them. Ugh, I hate getting caught. Oh, good. I didn't want to walk.
Finest orc merchandise.
Unclog.
This is so much better than reading. Come on, let's do this together.
Wait, please! This one needs help!
Passons!
Yahoo!
Set me free!
Let us relieve you of your belongings, Unclawed.
You won't
You've
get
got
away
to be
with that,
kidding.
criminal.
We're better than this.
They say Molar Grunda guarded the gatehouse on the chasm. I didn't see her, nor did I want to.
Let's go fast. Oh yeah, that felt good.
Thank you for stopping, Walker. You seem to be a traveler of some strength, no? Strong enough to help save this one's companions? They are trapped in the nearby oasis, surrounded by walking corpses and... Yes, this one is lucky to have made it out alive, but her companions, not so lucky. Ioka sent Palina to seek aid. He wishes to research the fumes in order to make an antidote, but needs help to... He is closer to the ruins, tending to one of our companions. Speak to him to learn more. He is the green one, with many scales. Hard to miss in a land of few Argonians, no?
fucking surprise.
What did you find? Let me see.
You have come to Cicatrice in a time of great danger, traveler friend. Toxic fumes permeate the air, and corpses walk among the ruins. It is best to turn away now before you share the fate of my... We were exploring the nearby oasis caverns when the fumes first began to spread. Only Najira and I were able to escape. The rest of my companions, weakened and disoriented by the poisoned air, ran farther into the caverns. I would need to first create an antidote. However, I require samples from corpses that have absorbed the fumes. No easy task, given that something has awoken Cicatrice's dead. They now guard the ruins from any invasion. Thank you for the aid, traveler friend. The undead walk the ruins of Cicatrice, directly to the west. I would advise caution. So much trouble for my egg mother's research notes. I now wonder if traveling to this town was the right decision. When the Nahatan flu devastated Cicatrice, its people fled into the safety of the nearby oasis. They hoped that its healing waters could cure them of the...
I've never found this many chests in one playthrough.
They're messing with your head. Feels good to get the blood pumping, right?
then Najira will go alone. She will not sit idle while her friends suffer.
Please, don't be foolish. Najira, wait. I am glad to see you unharmed. Were you able to gather the samples? She fears for our companion's safety. I am glad to see you unharmed. She fears for our companion's safety. I urged her to wait, for without an antidote she will quickly succumb to the fumes as well. But Najira refused to listen. I must begin my research. However, I still require a blossom of Arkay's Lash. A cactus with a bright pink flower. It has great medicinal properties. Would you collect a blossom for me? The cactus can be found west of here, in a small glade atop a crag. In the meantime, I'll begin to study the samples you brought.
You couldn't have fucking told me that while I was still out in a fucking bout. Are you fucking serious?
Thank you once more for your aid, Trap.
Yes! Are we going to race?
How dare you intrude upon my oasis! Leave this place! Now!
Yes, this should do. My antidote is nearly complete. All I need now is the Arkay's Lash blossom. Were you able to get one? A Nereid? Most peculiar. I wonder if she's somehow connected to the oasis. But there is no time to speculate while my companions are still in danger. I must deliver this antidote to them. With luck, it will give them the strength to escape. Thank you, traveler friend. I feared to ask, but already you volunteer. Make sure to drink some of the antidote before entering the oasis. My egg mother attempted to develop a cure for the Nahatan flu when it first struck Cicatrice. I am sure she kept meticulous notes about her progress. Such research will be vital to learning what happened here. Here you are, traveler friend. Let us hope this potion has the desired effect.
You must leave here now. The very air. Iokas. I knew he would not abandon us. You must hurry. My companions ran deeper. I will be all right. The fumes have weakened me, but not as much as the others. A blessing of my Argonian blood. I just need to...
She wants to be left alone. She doesn't want us here.
Najira should have listened to Iokas. Thank you for saving this foolish one, Walker. She should not have returned.
Watch me go!
Please, is anyone there? Thank you, stranger. This one will find her way out.
I hope I helped.
Is Rebunji to die here? Did Iokas make this? Rebunji must thank him.
You stopped them. Nice. Come on, let's do this together. Don't underestimate us.
Just a cold, nothing more. Nothing more. Time to bring the lightning. Nicely done.
Please, find my
Anyone else?
I swear, it's not the fumes. I heard someone in the central chamber.
It is all right, Laratan. I believe you. Thank you for saving my companions. Were you also able to find my Eggmother's research notes? They would be invaluable to learning what occurred. Thank the Hist. I was worried her research would be lost forever. She writes of a Nereid who lives here, and how her research tainted the oasis. I see. The Nereid once made this oasis a place of healing, but by filling these caverns with sickness and death, it drastically changed her. She must be the one who created these fumes and raised these. I'm afraid that the Nereid must be killed. She poses a threat to all who visit Cicatrice, and by raising the dead she has defiled many. Her death, with your help, my Eggmother's terrible mistake can finally be mended. Thank you, traveler friend. For now, I'll lead my companions. Nereids are inherently linked to the body of water they inhabit. The plague victims stayed within these caverns for weeks. Slowly, they tainted the purity of the oasis. What was once a place of healing became a place. Precisely. As the clear waters of this oasis grew polluted, so too did her spirit. Once, the Nereid healed those who came to her. Now she seeks to infect and kill. She embodies the very plague which tainted her. I'm afraid it will still take many years to fully heal the oasis. But killing the Nereid will begin that process. Without her to create the fumes and raise corpses, the oasis...
No! I won't let anyone corrupt this oasis.
Hey,
not
stay with
again.
me.
Why couldn't you leave me be? Monsters! Defile! I just wanted...
That was really fucking sad.
Need help. Not good. I was afraid of this. It does my heart good to see you unharmed. I trust the Nereid suffers no... In a way, I did learn what happened here. It does my heart good. In a way, I did learn what happened here. My egg mother sought to create a cure for the plague. Instead, she corrupted the oasis with sickness and death. Everyone in Cicatrice, but I did not journey to Cicatrice to seek her good intentions. There has been much animosity between the Khajiit and Argonian races because of the Nahatan flu. My people are immune to the disease, so many believe we created it. Through her research and sacrifice, I had hoped to bridge the gap between our people, prove that Argonians are not the cold-blooded monsters so many see us as. But sharing what happened at Cicatrice may only strengthen the Khajiit's hatred. I do not know. I must reflect on this. Still, I thank you for all that you've done. You saved my companions, found my egg mother's research, and helped the oasis begin to heal. No small feats to accomplish, traveler. May your path be easy and your footsteps sure. I suspect both the fumes and the undead will linger for quite some time. Have no worries, though. I will make sure that its dangers are known to elsewhere. Hopefully, an effort can one day be made to cleanse it completely. The Khajiit look up to their skies and see dragons soaring overhead. They look across their fields and see bloody battles raging. They have not the time nor resources to cleanse this oasis. The Nereid was the source of the corruption. It was her power that created toxic fumes and raised the undead. Kept alive, she would continue to do so. Now, the oasis can begin to heal. It may take decades, centuries even. The foul wind of our misfortune has turned into a gentle breeze. My companions are recovering well. I will monitor them closely for the next few days and see how they progress. For now, they merely need to rest. How are our companions, Laratan?
All is well, Egg Brother. Your antidote has helped them immensely.
That's good to hear.
Iokas, were you able to find your mother's research?
Because of your help, our companions live.
Yes.
Still, there is much to do before they are well enough to travel. But do not worry.
What happened to Cicatrice?
Let us speak of that after you've recovered. For now, you need to rest.
Vigor!
Hold, Walker! This one has caught you. Pay your fine. Or don't. I could use the exercise. This
So
one
now you've
always
lost money
collects her
and your
bounty.
goods? See? This is why we don't play by the rules.
Have you found one of my master's treasures? He's always interested in reclaim. Really? You look surprisingly sane for someone who's touched all 3 bottles. You must be incredibly resistant to... Well, it's none of my business. I cannot thank you enough. My master will be very... Just one. The last person who returned these bottles found them under a pile of corpses. He was so affected by the wine that he purportedly spent the rest of his existence atop that mass of bodies. Fortunately, you seem to be immune to the curse. My master is a connoisseur of cursed collectibles. Wine, jewelry, paintings, people. Here is your reward. If you find more cursed items, please bring them here. I still hope that if his collection grows large enough, he'll no longer... Thank you again for returning my master's wine. If someone brings me the rest of his cursed collectibles, he might finally let me leave this place. I stole a cursed book from my master, and was punished by being trapped in this exact place, waiting to receive other stolen items. I've stared at this same wall of rocks for years, dreaming of using my legs again, if only to never say his name, stranger. His name is more horrible than any curse.
As Zubacha the Hermit said to Intasi after returning from his grand pilgrimage, "Hello." This one is cheered. As often said by Polu the Overstating, this is worthy of celebration. You have done this one a great turn. In the dark days the Stitches find themselves in, it is good to hold a memory of brighter times. Your kindness reminds Nazdar of the love dashing Dasalzo had for the Stitches in life. This one recalls many joys in the company of Tasnazi and the others. Nazdar knows you see more ribs than muscles on him. This is true, but he once was a brother of the Whispering Claw, so dedicated to that life he was, that he took a vow of... You have read the works of Vekla the Ephemeral. Nazdar is glad to know a fellow student. Yes, Nazdar was silent for 19 years, but one night in moonlight he heard through his cell a song, a simple tune but captivating. Some peasant tune hummed by a swineherd going home, but a Jarasti moonsinger said, "Beauty is not in the art, but in what it instills." In that moment, Nazdar knew he must sing, so he broke his vow and left the Adeptorium to make music. "You can make art for others," said Urka of the Bard College, "or for yourself. Nazdar knows he is not good enough to make art. A life of decades cannot be reckoned in minutes, so the blind poet has taught us. But Nazdar will do his best. The Stitches was once like it is today, a refuse pit of the spirit, home of vice, self-interest, and the vain depravities of life. Dasalzo came to the gangs of the Stitches and showed them a common foe. His death did not rip those bonds apart, but without Dasalzo's care in keeping them tight-knit,
That's everyone. Taznazi must speak with you.
Haven't seen the old crew in a while. Nazdar's looking spry as ever and Serene still smells like a distillery.
To see Taznazi, Serene, and Vol once more warms me from ear to tail. The joy of friendship is best known by the heart in a reunion. So the fifth song of the...
Hooray! Everybody's here! Could we maybe keep the reunion to a whisper? This cave echoes and my head is killing me.
Taznazi has not seen her old crew in some time. Not since... Never mind. You were not followed, yes? Taznazi is not welcome in the Stitches. Associates of Taznazi? Kazda was lieutenant to Dashing the Salzo. Taznazi as well, until he was found with her knife in his back. No one cared if she was innocent. They wanted someone to blame, and Kazda gave them an answer. After everything, they turned their backs on her. It's not. No, you're right. Taznazi says she hates this place. She should hate this place. But the Stitches is her home, her family. Taznazi won't sit idle while Kazda destroys it. Her reasons aren't important. We should discuss the... Today, we hit Kazda right under his nose. We'll break into the basement of the Mirville Keep through this sewer, so long as Vol can pick the locks.
Ah, locks. Cute. Might as well be fancifully knotted ribbons to me.
Good. At the courtyard, we'll have sentries, but Serene's teleportation spell should let us pass unnoticed.
Were you talking to me?
We'll enter the palace through a second-floor storage room. Nazdar will scale the wall and drop a rope for us.
As spake Urwa the Observant. I see.
Taznazi and the newcomer will handle any trouble that comes our way. Let's get started. Nice to see you back at work, Vol.
Good to be working. You're less of a taskmaster than Jude, Bunny. Now, let's find some more locks.
Good luck, and work quickly.
Look how fucking cute he is. Look at him. Oh.
There's the lock. Watch my back, won't you?
I've been waiting to try this spell out.
One down. Let's get going. Might need an ebony pick for this one. You know the drill. A bit stiff, that one. Glad I keep machine grease in my hair. Kazda's done some redecorating, I see. Not sure I like it. Keep the coast clear, won't you? There. Hopefully that's the last of them. My fingers are getting sore. Hey, that's our way to the courtyard.
They're through. No lagging behind. Serene, it's your turn.
Everyone stand still. You're making me crazy. Just need to concentrate. Focus the power. Imagine the destination. All right, here we go.
What the...
So far, so good. Now, Vol.
You're sure?
To quote the barkeep, you look sick.
That's not good.
This one prefers his feet.
Thought I lost you. Moons, you're not hurt, are you? Nazdar's looking pretty good, actually. Now the not good. You and Nazdar didn't quite make it to where I intended, and it will be a while before I can cast something like that again. You'll have to make... There is a basic rule of spellcraft. Do not attempt while drunk, or while recently drunk. Never been great with rules. I ended up losing control of the spell while attempting to teleport you and Nazdar. Taznasi wants you and Nazdar to make your way to the base of the South Tower. That's where we're waiting. She also was very insistent. Avoid killing any of the guards. She says it will raise alarms, but I know the truth. It's because Taznazi used to run with them. They were all part of Dashing Dasalso's crew back in the day. She tries to act like she does... northwest? East-ish? You have to come through the courtyard, which means avoiding patrols. Don't get caught. Taznas is going to be pretty...
Walk softly, Master Hendo taught me. If we get into trouble, be warned. I cannot help. My fists are weapons no longer. Soft as a whisper, quick as a shout. The first finger of the Whispering Claw teaches. As the second finger of the Whispering Claw says, shadows consume curious. Nazdar advised. Heed the third finger of the Whispering Claw. Distance is greater than any weapon. Walk softly, Master Hendo taught me. If we get into trouble, be warned. I cannot help. My fists are weapons no longer.
You were supposed to avoid the guards. What's done is done. No one has raised the alarm yet.
Sorry about that. When this is all done, I'll buy you a drink.
Moon's mercy, Serene. When we're done here, I will smash every bottle of wine in Elsewhere.
Not if I drink them first.
Nazdar, you're our way into this tower. Ready?
The ascent of the body is nothing compared to that of the soul. Saint Yosito spoke wisely.
Your knees shouldn't make that noise, right?
They should make no noise, Vol. No rest, wrote the ascetic Vulado, is sweeter than one following great exertion. Nazdar thinks perhaps he did not stretch properly before his... Nazdar's knees tried to tell him he was no longer able to prance like a kitten, but he did not heed. Can and should wrote Rid Tharidata, and knowing the difference between them is the cornerstone of wisdom. With Vol's ministrations, Nazdar will be back to his former self in an hour.
I'm no healer, but even I can tell Nazdar's really ground his gears this time. Maybe lost a few bearings while he was at it. The body's not so different from a machine when you think about it. I can patch him up, I'm sure of it. Yes? I mean, yes. Just need to lubricate the joints, I figure. This won't be a problem. The Green Pact fought some deserters in Reaper's March a few years back. Anyway, now's not the time to talk about food. I have work to do.
Taznazi's gotten tense. More tense than usual. Things could have gone smoother so far, sure, but she's not one to get...
Nazdar did well to get us inside, but it looks like this strain was more than he could handle. He needs rest. Vol is the closest thing we have to a healer. He might be able to get Nazdar moving again, but he needs time, which means he won't be able to pick the locks on Kazda's vaults. This one has other business in the palace. When she's done with it, she will meet you at the entrance to the vault. Taznazi has always said she was innocent of the Salzo's death, and she knows in her heart that Kazda was behind it. She must have proof, not to show the stitches, but to quiet her own soul. Take care getting the keys. The thugs in this palace are Kazda's most loyal, and just as vicious and cruel as he. Expect no... That was different. Many of the keep's guards were close to the Salzo. They follow Kazda only because they must. The lapdogs in this palace are loyal to Kazda. The ones who are closest to Kazda do not show loyalty because they are virtuous, but because he allows them to indulge their worst impulses. I am not telling you to punish them, only that they won't be missed by anyone in the stitches. Yes, Taznazi has gotten used to being on her own ever since the Salzo died. She knows this place like the back of her paw. Nazdar has to stay behind. He's in no condition to creep through the palace right now. Hopefully Vol can get him back on his feet in time for an expedient departure. As long as they stay back in this old storeroom, they should be...
This is an old storeroom? Okay.
have to keep moving.
There you are. He's got her. He's got her.
Keep it down. What are you talking about?
Kazda, he and his bodyguard. Biggest I've ever seen. They cornered Taznasi and took her back there. You have to save her.
You're always naive, Taznasi. You and the Salso both. So focused on the future that you never could see the night behind you.
By Jove, Taznasi will claw
You
your
have one friend left in this world, it seems. Not for much longer. Cut! You'll regret crossing Kazda!
He's getting away. Untie me! After him!
Please, Taznasi, spare me!
Shut up, Kazda. One more word from your lying tongue and Taznasi will claw it out. He did it. Everything Taznasi suspected him of. He killed the Salzo. He had her take the blame. He was proud of it. Now that I have my claws at his throat, he discovers the meaning of... He took this one's home from her, the only one she has known, and he couldn't give it back if he wanted to. She has no proof but his word. Even if he confessed and cleared her name, the stitches she would return to is not the one she left behind. One joy is left to Taznasi, to kill Kazda. Then she leaves this all behind her, for good. The Salzo is dead. Everyone Taznasi has ever known turned their back on her. The stitches are in shambles. Why would this one ever want to return to such a place? You are right. Taznasi has tried to forget, tried to move on. Not a night goes by that she doesn't dream of times past. She knows what must be done. Taznasi will make this one face the justice of the stitches. Wait for her at the tavern. Taznasi will only make this offer once. Confess to the stitches for all you have done, and she will not try out your torture devices for herself.
Taznasi, you win!
Get up. All the stitches will hear the truth from your lips before the day is done.
I don't sell.
What's going on?
Do you find me attractive?
There you are. Vol managed to swipe a bottle of Oleander Reserve from the Avernos. It was delicious.
To defer celebration without necessity is perhaps the most grievous sin. Hokey the Festive knew the truth when he spoke it. With so many uncertainties in life, we should celebrate when we have reason. And what better reason have we than this?
Heard you slew that slab of beef cud. You bring me, honey. Really worked up an appetite on that job.
My friend. No, more than that. Family. Kazda's deeds have been made known to the Stitches. Taznazi's name is cleared. For now, at least, there is something to drink to. Or, in Serene's case, something else to drink. Now Taznazi is home, and you enjoy her hospitality. Raise a mug, kick up your feet, and count your coin. There is much to be done to fix the damage Kazda did, but that is for Taznazi to worry about. Strange as it seems, Taznazi is not only forgiven in the Stitches, she is looked up to. It will take time for the Stitches to be as it was. Maybe it will never get there. So much as anyone can be in charge of the Stitches. With Kazda in exile, there's hope of going back to how it was, how Dashing the Salzo saw it. They have not entirely forgotten him, or Taznazi. The job is done. Their lives are their own. But Taznazi wants to make life better in the Stitches, and she will need help to do so. She could use them, Vol's tinkering, Serene's magic, Nazdar's...
Only the finest merchandise.
Vermas?
This is my favorite part.
Intruder!
That was sloppy.
Guard!
We never should have been seen. Oh, great.
I did
That's
not
just
want to call the
embarrassing.
guard, but you forced my hand.
I will let the guards sort this all out.
Hold, Walker! This one does not mind a little mayhem every now. This one won't warn you again, criminal!
I literally want to hire someone to fucking kill me.
You cut a striking figure, Walker. There are... Then the King of Thieves was watching over you. Let's see. Yes, this will do. Yes. Fine offerings for Rajin. Do not forget yourself when dividing spoils, or Rajin will think you a fool. I bless you in the name of the sleek shadow. Fortune and fame. Is Rajin a god? Do gods not have those who spread word of their deeds? This one is but a humble servant to a more deserved. Of course, sleek one. This one does not need a temple to bend his god's ear. He will gladly ask for Rajin's favor on your behalf for a humble offering. Or perhaps you wish to hear a sermon. This one can provide objects of faith as well. King of Thieves, one of your faithful seeks your favor. This one humbly begs you spare a fraction of your ample sleekness for their benefit. There is a fresh glow about you. You are nearly as dashing Dasalzo. Rajin, your faithful hopes to follow your noble example. Lend them one of your many shadows, so they may stay shady even in the hot desert sun. Yes, this one thinks you must feel cooler already under the you jest! Rajin is the saint of subtlety. You will only ever know his presence if that is his desire. But he is always there, an unseen...
And raw! These places always remind me of where I grew up. It's comforting. I feel more at home here than anywhere.
I'm sure you'd love to join our ranks. After all, who wouldn't want to be part of the most powerful group in Rimmen? Yeah, well, sorry. The Jovial Lambasters are a closed organization. You don't contact us, we'll contact you.
All the... The young...
I love cities. They have a kind of rhythm to them, and it's just a matter of learning the steps.
You'd think she was possessed or something.
Not to complain, but the old wizard frightens me. He has such piercing eyes. And the way he talked about dragons made my hair stand on end. If there's nothing else, I need to move on. These messages won't deliver themselves.
And up we go.
Have you met the new investigator in town? Music Thunderboots, he calls himself. Pah. Have you ever heard anything so ridiculous? If he actually ends up solving a case, I'll eat my own right boot. And that's a promise.
We don't have a choice, Izanji.
And what? You expect us to just stroll into an Akaviri crypt? Be reasonable.
Well, if we don't recover those mural pieces, who will?
Go, speak to my sister if you seek help. I'm far too distraught to deal with any pain.
Welcome to the House of Histories. You'll find no grander collection of curiosities and memorabilia in all of Elsewhere. I would offer you a tour, but an ancient mural called the Rithana di Renada, otherwise known as the Song of Kingdoms. It chronicles the time when Elsewhere was 16 united kingdoms working in harmony. Unfortunately, it was shattered when the kingdoms entered into conflict. Yes, into exactly 16 pieces. My brother and I found and restored each and every one. And then, just as we were about to put all the pieces together again, they were stolen. Thank you for offering to help. Oddly enough, the thief did leave a note mentioning a grave of snake men. I suspect it refers to the Tomb of the Serpents, an old Akaviri crypt. Hopefully that is where you will find the missing... Yes, it is. But that clue is all we have at the moment. It actually reminds me of the old Khajiiti legend, Rajin and a Trail of Ink. Perhaps our thief is a fan of the trickster god. He was a renowned thief who possessed the Ring of Khajiiti, which allowed him to be invisible, silent, and quick. He ascended to become an immortal trickster god and patron to thieves. Rajin and the Trail of Ink is but one of his many legends. Many moons ago, when Rajin was still but a thief and not yet a god, he met a beautiful soldier named Captain Nasuna. He was captivated by Nasuna's beauty and skill, but she scorned all of his advances. Nasuna guarded a merchant's estate. 5 times Rajin entered this estate, stealing and...
Why a sleepy town like Riverhold would need an investigator?
Greetings, a crowded marketplace, a chance meeting, unexpected, unannounced, and perhaps just the thing this one needs to solve a most curious... An abduction, to be precise. No ransom, no demands, no obvious suspects or motives. Just a heartbroken father and a missing young lady. But that is why Mizik was hired, yes? He steps in when all... Correct. This one searches for Zinthia, daughter of Ishu. However, Mizik's inquiries have led to nothing but dead ends. And with the young lady's safety on the line, the sooner this investigation... A chance meeting turned fated partnership. Fortuitous for this one, yes? You should speak to Ishu first. See if he has any new information for us. His house is just... He is a humble Khajiit of moderate wealth. Seems to keep to himself. No enemies, no debts. No reason... Most strange, no? If Mizik did not know better, he would say that it was an intimidation tactic. Perhaps even an act of revenge against Ishu. But who would wish this? They outright dismissed Ishu's claim, believing that the young lady has merely run away. A most vexing call, truth be told. From all that Ishu has told this one, Zinthia is a most sweet Jakajit, not one to make her father...
Are you here about this one, Zinthia? Has she been found? Are you here about this one, Zinthia? Has she been found? Yes, of course. Zinthia was taken in the dead of night. This one has received no ransom, yet he fears the worst. She is a very beautiful Jakajit, you see. Ishu believes that the captors may mean to sell her. Zinthia has a long, glossy coat, soft as the richest of silks. Her eyes are bright yellow, like the honeyed moons. Ah, and she always wears a gold necklace. No suspects, no, but someone who may have spotted something? There is a wood elf who tends to stay up well into the night, always singing and dancing, that one. If anyone saw something unusual the night Zinthia was taken, it might be her. The wood elf's name is Mel? Yes, that's it. Mel the Musical, she always calls herself. You can usually find her toward the north end of town near the Sand Gardens. Ishu will pray for your swift to help find this one's darling Zinthia. Ishu will answer any question you ask. Zinthia is a willful child. A tad spoiled, this one admits. Ishu dotes on her. The town guard, they do not understand. They say, oh, perhaps she has wandered off. They say, perhaps she is lost. Thank you, Thank you. May bright moons light your path. Issue will prepare a feast for Zynthia's return, yes? Perhaps some fish. Ah, yes. Mel arrived in Riverhold a few seasons ago. Makes a living begging for gold as she sings and dances. She has woken up Issue more than once banging that drum of hers. Still, we chat occasionally. Mel does not have a home in the traditional sense, so you will often find her sleeping in the stables and bathing in the public fountains. But who is Issue?
Greetings, Walker. Any luck with Issue? Not much of a lead, but it's something. Mizik has noticed this wood elf. Mel the musical, yes? She does often wander around Riverhold. It's likely she sees much during her day-to-day or night-to-night. Shady characters, unusual activity, anything out of the ordinary. Moons be willing, something will have caught her attention. Last this one saw, she was headed northwest towards the sand.
Oh, what do you know? A customer. Salutations. Mel the musical at your service. Are you here for a performance? Issue, the Khajiit with all the cats? That old coot is sweet as honey jagger, but a bit off if you ask me. Shame about his daughter, though. No one should have to go. If you're looking for trouble, Tajiri's your girl. I've seen her with all sorts of indecent folk lately. Always shifty eyes on those ones, I tell you. She tends to spend a lot of time behind the stables lately. Very good, then. And hey, if you're looking for some entertainment for your next soiree, make sure to seek me out. You won't regret. She's a gambler with a lot of friends in a lot of places. And you know, who am I to judge? Business is business, after all. But as of late, she just seems to be getting more suspicious activity. People who I ain't ever seen before, going about town at all hours. I mean, I may stay up well past most people's bedtime, but I'm a musician, comes with the territory. And these new folks aren't bards, that's for sure. Very good, then. And hey, if you're looking for some entertainment for your next...
Pinuma once lived in Star Haven, a beautiful adeptorium with many wonderful adepts. But a dragon came and attacked our home, leaving much to rebuild and no comfort. There was nothing left for this one in Star Haven. His quarters were destroyed. Too many sad memories. This one could not bear to stay, not after so much of his home was destroyed and so many of his friends were lost. Still, he will do what he can to help those.
Saw you heading this way. Find anything of interest? Oh, the stables, Developed a sudden interest in horsemanship, Walker? Oh, looks to be a coat. A napping badger, eh? Sounds familiar. Ah, yes! The sleeping badger is a rock formation, just south of Riverhold. But this bit about the sweet trip... That Mizik doesn't... Mizik will mark it on your map, Walker. Feel free to lead the way. And perhaps this is a good time to mention that this one is not so skilled in violent situations, should trouble find us. But that is where you're... The sleeping badger. To Mizik, it always looked more like a stretching rabbit.
Blaming Abnor Tharn will not end the dragon infestation, Chimera.
Ever the voice of reason, Speaker. Ah, here comes someone who can help us now.
When Abnor Tharn spoke of a hero of renown, I had no idea he was referring to you. It is good.
Another outsider comes to Elsewhere, as if we did not have enough problems between Abnor Tharn and the dragons. Ah, do not mind me. Great beasts I am Chimera. I assist the Speaker of the Main and serve as his agent. With both the usurper queen and the dragons ravaging northern Elsewhere, there is much for me to do. Too much, I fear. But I will persevere. What can I tell you that you cannot guess? That these fearsome creatures of legend have returned to threaten... that arrogant Imperial! For an advisor to emperors and a renowned battle mage, he demonstrates a disturbing lack of caution. It was Abnor Tharn who entered the halls of Colossus and released the dragon. What do my beliefs matter? Dragons have come to Elsewhere, destroying everything I hold dear, as the moon singer.
Ah, Vestige. How good of you to attend me. As I was saying to Lord Gareshri and Chimera, competent help remains at a premium in this remote province, which is why I sent for you. We must once more join forces to save so much better than flock or herd, don't you think? The Khajiit Vestige. So much better than flock or herd, don't you think? The Khajiit Defense Force isn't prepared to deal with a threat as big as dragons, especially since they were fighting to liberate Rimmen when the huge beast... Stay focused. We'll deal with that later. Right now, we must assist the Defense Force. Rendezvous with us at their command post. On your way, however, I have another task for you. I detected a series of power surges that I want you to... I was formulating a spell to track the dragons when I noticed several surges of arcane energy not far from here. They reminded me of an old acquaintance. Has a way with portals. How should I put this so that you fully understand? None of your business. The Amulet of Kings represents the highest office in the Empire, and I refuse... I expect nothing but your continued assistance, Vestige. However, I concede that your aid in recovering the relic was vital, so I assure you that it is perfectly safe. Safer than it has ever been. All right, all right. No need to pester. Once you started your merry parade of divinely inspired destruction, I formed a contingency. In case you failed, we would need the amulet to try again with another would-be hero. Safer than it was. You think I'd do what Sai Sahan did and just bring it right back to Sankra Tor? Please. Whatever you think of me, you should at least know I'm not stupid. Around? Someone needed to check on Cyrodiil and try to hold the pieces together. With the central government disbanded and the imperial city a smoking ruin, any semblance of order has gone the way of the Dwemer. Between the imbecilic Three Banners War and the constant rise and fall of some new warlord or bandit chief, there was more to deal with than even I. Without a legion to command, my options were severely limited. The best I could manage was to liberate a few small villages and lead the refugees to a safe... You think so, Vestige? Perhaps you don't know me half as well as you think. I am Imperial through and through, never forget that. My people matter to me, as does our culture, our heritage. How should I put this? I expect nothing. Do you always accept the rantings of Daedric princes at face value? After what we've seen, you should know better. But if you must know, I did try. It was a fruitless endeavour, however, as I am not of the proper lineage. Safer than it was. As you can imagine, the companions were none too pleased with me after everything that transpired. I've made no effort to reach out to the survivors, nor they to me. It's just as well. That chapter of our... How should I put... I expect... Do you always accept the rantings? Safer than it was.
Another outsider comes to Elsewhere, as if... I am Chimera. What can I tell you that you cannot guess? That is...
You're responding to Abnur Tharn's letter? No. Matters in other parts of Elsewhere occupy the main right now. That is why I am here. I originally arrived to take charge of the Northern Elsewhere Defense Force. Efforts to expel the usurper Euraxia Tharn were well underway when the dragons appeared. A few years ago, Abnur Tharn's half-sister conquered Rimmon and parts of Northern Elsewhere. We recently liberated Riverhold and were about to do the same for Rimmon when the dragons spread across the land. It's talk to Abnur Tharn. He has agreed to serve as my advisor, a role he knows well from his years standing beside the Ruby Throne. His strategies and tactics for use against the dragons sound outrageous, but he knows what he is doing.
I was formulating a spell to track the dragons when I noticed several surges of arc... Hard to say with certainty, but I don't believe so. They remind me of Sir Cadwell, who somehow opens portals with a power of similar intensity. Check the locations I marked on your map before... Ah, yes, of course you do. He does get around. If Cadwell turns out to be the source of the power surges, learn what he's doing out there and ask if he will aid us against the dragons. For all his Lord Garish Rhee is the Speaker of the Main and the commander of the Northern Elsewhere Defense Force. His aide, Chimera, serves as both a diplomat and a spy, though she would never call herself that. If you want to know more, my half-sister Euraxia conquered Rimmon and other parts of Northern Elsewhere about 6 years ago. The Khajiit Defense Force has slowly been taking back their province, but Rimmon is well fortified. And now, because of the dragons, a militia drawn from the prides of Northern Elsewhere. Garish Rhee, the Speaker of the Main, has taken command during this crisis. With Dominion troops busy fighting the Three Banners War, the Defense Force must deal with the Euraxians and the dragons.
ride!
No, Azazi. Never touch a Daedric monster, especially a dead one.
Don't be such a nervous netch. The dead can't hurt us. But where do you think it came from?
It stinks of Cold Harbor. Perhaps one of the Usurper Queen's lackeys summoned it, yes?
Don't touch the dead thing, Theduna tells me. Like I don't know how to handle a Daedric corpse. I wonder what killed it.
Find me later, Walker.
No good can come of that place. Greetings, Walker. You are not also going to the abode of ignominy, are you? As its name implies, this one saw a stranger setting up camp outside the cave nearby. Local legend says that Mephala worshippers used to lurk there. Raising dead too, I think. To venture so close to such a place, it does not seem... A Khajiit woman. Cathay by the look of her. She wore the attire of a sorcerer. But then I could put on a tin crown and claim that I am an emperor. She stays there heedlessly, or lingers with bad intentions. Either...
Stay low in the grass. We've got Ruddy...
The Knights of the Flame say you saved their order. That's high praise.
Shh! Stay down.
Mizik needs to stop doing that. That necklace must belong to Xynthia.
You will give Khajiit some moon sugar, yes?
Skooma. These vagrants must be smugglers. Come. Let's stick away from this place. Oh, a missing daughter, a hidden note, and now a band of Skooma smugglers. This investigation becomes... This one is unsure, though it is possible Ishu may be hiding something. Still, our priority should be to investigate the gambler who wrote that note. Tajiri was her name. If Tajiri is a gambler, it is likely we can find her at a local tavern. Mizik will head there at once and see what he can dig up. Meet this one at the Banished Regrets Inn.
are you? Did Caldathir send you? Well, don't even try to stop me. Oh, well then, greetings. My name is Naramako, and I intend to walk right into this spooky cave and find the works of a brilliant Khajiit mage. Before you ask, yes, it is full of slavering, undead, and yes, I am petrified to the point of weeping.
Laugh my ass off.
You mean to help? Well, I guess there's no harm in delegating. According to my research, a powerful wizard named Marzulajo used this place as his laboratory. If you find his notes and any memory stones he might have left behind, I would be indebted. Thank you for looking into this, Walker. I can't wait to rub this discovery in that sour-tongued Caldathir's face. It's always my high elf alchemy professor. And a heartless, saggy-faced brute. I'm a member of the Mages Guild, you see. To progress, I have to show proficiency in potion making and such. He's a meanie! Every potion we make includes some terrible reagent, like a baby newt or a sweet little toad. I don't even like to hurt fleas, let alone innocent amphibians.
That's a little... I mean, I get where she's coming from, but you don't even like to hurt fleas. Like, fleas are not good.
Oh yeah, that felt good.
Zarir, no! Stop it this instant, please! I can fix this. I just need to paint a restraining word to...
Now, this is a little unorthodox, but I just felt horrible about what happened. Bringing you back to life is an imperfect solution, I know, but I am confident you will get used to this new beginning. No, Sugar Snout! Stop! You're killing him! I never intended... What did I do wrong? This isn't you, sweet boy! This isn't you! Oh, Sugar Snout, my sweet boy. I don't... It's not fair. You were so young. So young. I'm going to fix this, boy. I'm going to bring you back. I promise.
Not that I had any doubts, mind you. So, success? Did you find Marzula Joe's notes and memory stones? A Sench tiger? That's remarkable! If he managed that, the frog should present no challenge at all. Thank you so much, Walker. When I publish about this, I'll be sure to mention your contribution. I can't wait to see the look on I wonder how long after death you can perform these rituals. Do you think they would work on something smaller, like a mosquito? So many questions. Oh, let's not overreact. Advanced spellcraft is as much an art as it is a science. Sure, he may have encountered a few bumps along the way, but that's to be
Fuck off, bitch.
Am I in trouble?
I saw you, traveler. Why do all outsiders insist on acting suspicious? I watched you go from location to location, just like the man with the pot on his head. Are you one of the soldiers intent on digging up every plot of land? Or are you simply a deviant who enjoys skulking and slinking through the wilderness? Oh, do not play innocent with me, stranger. You must be working with that pale, gaunt fool with the ridiculous mustache. Why else would you be visiting the same places that he did? Unless... Are you an agent of the Usurper Queen? Euraxia, the hated Imperial who conquered Rimmon and falsely claimed to be its queen. Do not feign ignorance, outsider. I had just about enough of that when I talked to the man with the... you sound as confused as he was. Kept talking to his pet lizard bird like he expected it to answer. The last I saw, he headed east. I suppose you'll find him...
Let's ride.
You and I need to speak, now!
You fought beside Lord Garishri in Haven? This one should be so lucky.
I must admit, you and Thunderboots make quite the charming pair. And watching you both play at being investigator, why, it's been sleek entertainment, truly.
Take it as a friendly warning. I hear that you seek Ishu's daughter, yes?
I find that very funny. After all, everyone in Riverhold knows that she left town many years ago. Then Ishu has become senile in his old age.
I speak truthfully. He had one daughter, and she is gone. Has been gone for many years. Tell this to your partner.
Bright moons look over us today, Walker. Tajiri has just settled down for a round of gambling. While Mizik distracts her, you can sneak into her home and search for another clue. It's just a bit north. Forgive this one if he's skeptical. Even if this stranger spoke truly, why then would Ishu hire Mizik? Why would Tajiri have written that note? Why would we find a gold necklace in the smuggler's camp? Then perhaps this stranger simply wishes to confuse us. Throw us off the scent. Besides, we cannot stop now. Not when an innocent young lady may still be at risk. Let us investigate Tajiri before she retires for the night.
Why, hello, sweet meat. Care to play a game with old Tajiri?
Of course. Though this one will admit he is not very skillful.
Looks like something a bit sweeter has come along. Why don't you get moving? Looks like something a bit sweeter.
I love a good fire. Reminds me of being a kid. Being hungry wasn't so bad when you were warm.
Only the finest wares here.
Tajiri,
You brought the right Khajiit for the job.
Be sure to tell the guards you were trespassing when they haul you away.
Oh, come on!
Be sure to tell the guards you were trespassing when they haul you away.
Ugh, I hate getting caught.
Over here. This one hopes you have found something of interest, Walker. Mizik cannot afford to keep Tajiri distracted any longer. And he means that most literally. Blue serpents? 4-pointed paint? If Mizik had to guess, this poem describes drop-off locations for illicit goods. Smugglers often hide them in plain sight. First a sleeping badger, now a blue serpent. Must represent another landmark. That's it. The river is often busy with trade. A perfect place to smuggle goods. Let us search along the river and see if we find any barrels or crates with markings. Hopefully we'll find something that will lead us to Zinthia. Mizik will admit this case is heading in a rather unexpected direction. It is strange, isn't it? With an operation as intricate as this, it seems odd that these smugglers would target a Khajiit of such limited... This one agrees. But let us first check these smuggler caches. The note said that the goods were leaving town today, yes?
I'd rather be cracking heads.
Buying goods at fair prices.
An orc's work is never done.
Buy locally, walkers.
So much to do, so little time.
finest wares here.
I could use a break.
Buy locally, walkers.
An orc's work is never done.
Fine goods at fair prices. Only the finest wares here.
This is never going to end, is it? So much to do, so little time.
Buy locally, walkers.
I'd rather be cracking heads.
Mike's work is never done.
Only the finest wares here.
This is never going to end, is it?
Fine goods at fair prices.
So much to do, so little time.
Buy locally, walkers.
I could use a break.
Could that be the painted mark we seek? Somerset wine, eh? Not illegal, but incredibly taxed. Mizik has a feeling this bottle didn't find its way to Riverhold through virtuous means. A very pretty scarf for smugglers to wear, yes? Perhaps it belongs to Cynthia. That... Oh dear.
Together!
Apologies. This... Mizik will admit this case is heading in a rather... This barrel smells sweet, but also rotten. What could it be? Dark moons. They're smuggling spoiled moon sugar. Very unsafe for anyone to eat. Speak to Ishu and see what he knows of these smugglers. Then let us meet back together. We have much to discuss.
Yes, any news of this one, Cynthia? Smuggler camps? Dark moons? Yes, the necklace and scarf belong to Cynthia. Have they? Have the smugglers sold her? By Joan and Joe, please say it is. No, of course not. Ishu has only lived a good, honest life. Please, you must find this one's Jakajit. She is so young and innocent and probably terrified without her papa. Whatever will Ishu do if his Cynthia is harmed? May bright moons watch over... Oh, really? Well, Ishu supposes his family has grown over the years. But how could this one not seek their companionship? Their little faces, their tiny paws. His darlings love him completely, demanding little but affection and food. And belly rubs. But of course, mostly. She and Medwick don't always get along, but Medwick is older and doesn't always like to play or be teased. And just between us, Tak can be a bit of a Jekozit sometimes. I think she's jealous.
So much to do, so little time.
Warned you, Thunderboots. And so the other thorn in my paw arrives. I told you, did I not? First time was a warning. Now it is a threat. You both leave town. No more investigations. No more sticking your snouts where they don't belong. That again? I told you Ishu's daughter left Riverhold years ago. He's just a delusional old Khajiit caught up in a fantasy. And for this you tried to ruin my little operation? Of all the things... Who I am does not matter. What I can do to you, on the other hand, should be of immediate concern. You either leave Riverhold on your own, or you leave in peace.
So it appears that your strange friend is Rideza the Rogue. Let us just say that her reputation precedes her. Well, threats to our life aside, it seems that we finally have a perpetrator. Now we just need to... We are investigators, are we not? You must search for a trail. With any luck, she'll lead you straight to Ishu's daughter. Meanwhile, Mizik will alert the proper authorities.
Quick!
There! Rideza must have stepped on the jelly from the sugar claws. You must follow her trail while this one alerts the guards.
Together. I'm gonna show off a little.
I'm hurt! I need aid!
I warned you! Now the claws come out! Kill these muskars! Curse your meddling!
Riddiza the rogue, caught at last.
Did you find my daughter? Where is she?
Here! Your daughter is right here, you old fool!
Riddiza! You're the one who stole Cynthia? Oh, this one's poor Jakashit.
Ha! Feeling a little jealous? To go so far as to steal your father's pet.
You think that Ridza the Rogue is finished? It's only a matter of time before I'm back on the streets. And when that happens, when I came back to Riverhold, I went to see my fool of a father. It's been years since Mother and I left, and I was feeling sentimental, I suppose. Of the cat? No, I just wanted to make him suffer. He's always been obsessed with his damn pets. That's why Mother left him, you know. He's so caught up in his little family that he didn't have time for us. For me. Maybe you're right. Just another delinquent with papa problems. Isn't that?
Ishu is so pleased that you were able to find... What do you mean? Ishu gave you every detail about his precious Zinthia that he could think of. Was there something that made you think his daughter was a Khajiit? Well, no matter. Zinthia is safe and Mizik will have his payment. Ridza has become just as greedy and cruel as her mother. How can Ishu accept such a daughter? Especially one who has already caused him to suffer. Ridza will face the justice of Riverhold's guards, as she desires. If she wants to make peace, Ishu will make peace. After all, a quiet life for him and his family is all this one asked for. If Ridza...
Well, it seems that our investigation has come to a successful close. Though not quite in a way that Mizik was expecting. In hindsight, it makes sense. When you were told that Ishu's daughter left town years ago, Ridza must have been speaking of herself. Still, to have been chasing Ishu's pet, this is true. Because of our dedication, Riverhold no longer has to deal with these vile smugglers. And let us hope it stays that way, yes? Mizik just needs to collect our reward. Why don't we meet? Drinks are on Mizik! Just as soon as he is paid, of course. Family reunited, a smuggling ring destroyed, and the gratitude of all of Riverhold. Of course, of course. Your share as promised. After all, Mizik would never have been able to solve this investigation without your aid. A safe town, a happy client, and an investigation expertly solved. And a five-claw partnership, if Mizik does say so himself. What more could this one ask for? After such a successful investigation, Mizik is hopeful that more clients will come forth. We live in those in power have priorities, and the petty problems of the common folk, they tend to be on the very bottom of this list. That is why we must look after each other. If Mizik does not offer his help, of course, but first and foremost, it is Mizik's passion. That is why this one takes the name Thunderboots. If he cannot work in the name of justice, then he will not work at...
Bisahen thought about joining the Order of the Zan-Kaj when he was a younger Khajiit. But all those rules the adepts must follow? Who has the patience for that?
I'd rather be cracking heads. Another distraction.
Only the finest wares here. Buy locally, walkers.
Selling, buying, trading, right here.
be at this a while.
Only the finest wares here. Fine goods at fair prices.
This work never ends.
Uncanny. It looks just like that lovely place I dreamed about. Must be what? Ah, hello there. Good to see you again, old chum. Have you come to pay your respects too? It was the strangest thing. I dreamed I was looking at this very great... Important? I have no idea. I suppose it must...